Hey you guys, Starlight Burst 98 here. I'm going to be doing a fan favorite, as it's known, and it's going to be branded Despia. So I've done a video on this before on my channel, so really hope you guys like it. I have the most experience with this deck, because when I started playing personally was like the Photon Hypernova, when like Labyrinth and like Tier Limit and like Sky Striker was kind of the best at the time. And so this was a really awesome rogue deck at the time, and I still love it. It's still rogue. But yeah, I'm just going to be showing you guys what I got. It's not the best, keep it in the mind. It's just a build. It's just my build, but I have every branded card in here, so just hop straight in. Get the important stuff out of the way. So first we got 3 Luber. Best card, best card. This gets you into all of your branded spells and traps. So very, very good. Very, very good to get off the opening and stuff like that. So very, very good. Next for the main heart and soul of branded. So we have 2 Cartesia. We have 1 Quem. So only thing I would change about this deck is obviously, you know, like with consistency reasons, you would want to be running a second Quem. So I am going to be running a second Quem in the future. Just have to get it in the mail. But overall, very, very good. And it's especially very, very good because of the Granganule line. For when you banish it from the graveyard, you can special summon a Dogmatica from the deck, and this counts as a Dogmatica and a Despia. So you can special summon it, get the dump effect, dump Cartesia, and then when your opponent normal or special summons, right, just get the Cartesia to pop off. So very, very good. Next we have the main fusion engine stuff. We have 3 Fallen of Albaz. Very, very good. This card is a walking super poly. It's literally the super poly effect. You discard 1 card, but you cannot use monsters you control. Broken. Love this card. Overall, you need 3. You just need it. I've always said it. Ad libitum of Despia, and then Despian Tragedy. Very, very good overall. I didn't want to run 2 Tragedy because of the Quem and stuff like that, so that's why. And then the Ad libitum is always good. It is a win more card, so you could feel like, if you feel like you need to cut it, I probably would, and I do side it sometimes. But Ad libitum is just very good to get you back those level 8 or higher fusion monsters from your banishment, special summoning those back. And then this is extremely good. It's extremely good to help you, you know, get a Despia monster when sent to the graveyard or banished, right? And you know, also the it can banish itself, right? So you banish itself, get a branded spell or trap from your graveyard to your hand. So very, very good overall, especially with cards like Foolish Burial, for example. So next we have 1 Springen's Kit. We have 2 Tri-Brigade Mercurier, and then we have 1 Albion the Shadow Dragon. All very good cards overall. Maybe run a second Albion. That's the only thing I could probably say about this. But honestly, I like having the 2 Mercurier because of Allure of Darkness. So, you know, like we send this off Allure of Darkness, and then we just get added pluses. So it's great. It's great, honestly. Love it. This very, very good. It's very, very good because of the Cartesia. It's very, very good because of Retribution. So, you know, Retribution get us back to our branded fusion. Very, very good. This is very, very good. Same tier as the Lubellion. Very good. It just helps us recycle and recycle, especially from the banishment, just from anywhere. It's just the best card, honestly. I know some people opt just not to run it all together, but honestly, like, this card just comes in clutch so much. It's just stupid not to run it. So, for the Bestial package, yes, we are running Bestials. So we have the 1 Magnamut, the 1 Sereneer, the 1 Lubellion, and then the 1 Baldrake. All extremely good. Lubellion is that card, right? That's like, okay, you ham trapped me, cool Lubellion effect. So like it's really cool. And then Sereneer is basically just like another Albion. It's just dumping you another branded spell or trap for when you don't have Albion in hand. So that's why I felt like you didn't really need to run a second Albion. And then Baldrake is here because I couldn't afford a second Sereneer. But Baldrake is just super good. I just wanted the extra bestial name, and it actually worked out because of the Magnemite. So honestly, super good engine, especially with the Lubellion. It was so hard to get to the Lost when you were just trying to use the kit and stuff. Like you were trying to use like Hit and Aluber for your main branded spells and traps. But this is just so much more easier, so much more convenient. It's just the best, to be honest. We're not running Regained, but we're running just Lost. That's I didn't really feel like, because I'm not running their Synchro monster, the Bestial Synchro monster, so I didn't really like. I feel like you have to have that and Regain to be good. So we have 3 Ghost Ogre and then 2 Nib. These are just generally good hand traps that I want to see, because I tried Ash and like Imperm and stuff, and like it just didn't like perform how I wanted it to. And so like generally this is just more stuff I want to see, and it's good to see. So that's why, for the most part. Gonna get on to the main spell stuff. So 1 Gold Star, so very good for the Mercurier, for the Tragedy. This is especially good for like the Tragedy and for like the Lubellion, Albaz, you name it, Cartesia. Call by the Grave, you just need it. You just need it. They'll always try to Ash your Branded Fusion. They always will. Some people are kind of straying away towards hand traps for more like aggressive board breaker builds, which is a little bit more frustrating. But honestly, like it's more on our level anyway. But I almost consider running across that package, so that's notable mention. 3 fusion deployment. This is so good, especially with the Granganule that we have. So very good. You don't always have to summon the Cartesia off this. You can summon the Albaz, because all of your fusion monsters do have Albaz in the name, so you can special summon Albaz. Very good. I prefer this over to Branded and High Spirits, because you get to keep the monster in the extra deck for the most part. 3 Allure of Darkness. This is just so broken, and it's just added advantage off the Mercurier, because you just banish the Mercurier and then you just get another +1 onto your additional draw 2. So it's just so broken that way, I think. But it's just brings so much more consistency. It's so unfunny. We have 1 Branded Fusion, 1 Branded in Red, 1 Branded Lost. All very good. All extremely really good. So the thing with Lost is, right, it has to be the first thing that happens, like your fusion, right? So, like, yeah, like once your fusion monster is fusion summoned, like they can't interact with it, but like they can still Ash your stuff, right? So just keep that in mind. Like, this card can miss its timing and stuff like that, and like just the phrasing's weird and it gives people headaches. So just know how your card works, you know. Branded in Red. Very good. This is, I wanted to run 2, but I'm running the Banishment, so I felt like 1 was okay for the moment. But very good overall. Very pleased with it. And then Branded Fusion, best card. Big sad that it's not at 3. I miss having it at 3. It was just so much better, just like Branded Fusion, you know. Branded Retribution, really good. Mostly for the Albion. And then this is mostly for our Despias. Really good. I wouldn't say like it would be very viable unless you were running Granganule, like, or like Proskenian or something like that. That would be very good targets for this, for example. But this is just basically like another Super Poly, but you're banishing it, right? So it's basically like the same mechanic as Branded in Red. So very good overall. Nadir Servant. So yeah, this is why I'm opting not to run the Branded and High Spirits, is because of Nadir Servant. It's just like Lubellion. It's just like, okay, you hand trapped me, and you know what I mean. Like, it's just +1s, all day. Speaking of that, Branded Opening. This is just so good. I don't know why people cut this card. Same with Nadir Servant. They're just so good. They're just 1 card starters. Just gets the ball rolling. Just very good all around. So now to the best part of the video, the extra deck. The Ecclesia token, had to. Despia and Lulu Lilith. So very good, especially with the Nadir Servant. So we can dump this with the Nadir Servant, get a light spellcaster. So very good. And then when this is on the field, right, like you special summon this when you have like Quemon, Cartesia, you synchro summon. with a level 8 or higher fusion monster, right? Like when it gains attack, it's permanent, so it's just so broken overall. Guardian Chimera, so many lines get into Guardian Chimera overall, like your branded fusion, your branded in red, like just everything somehow gets into a Guardian Chimera somehow, and the pop 2 on your opponent's turn on top of that, just extremely broken, because most of the time that I do summon this out, it is on my opponent's turn. Dragocepalia, just a very nice cozy negate overall. I mostly just make this for when I want to save my other Mirror Jade, and I want to, like, fusion summon with Albaz or something like that, so very good overall. So the Despian monsters, stuff of that nature, Despian Quiratus, and then the 2 Granguignol, the Dust Dragon, very good. This card is extremely good. This card, like, without this card, if you have most of your, if you have everything in this deck, right, and you take out Granguignol, your whole deck doesn't work. Half your deck doesn't work, and it's just so bonkers how great this card makes it. And like when this came out in Hypernova, this is literally what the deck needed. Sending a level 6 or higher light or dark monster from your deck to your graveyard, and then special summoning a Dogmatic from your deck or a Despia monster from your extra deck. So just broken, just so broken. And then this card, not bad, but not great. That's all I'll say on it. The one Titaniclad, it's very good to beat over stuff. Very situational, I think. But I mostly send this off the Mirror Jade to get a Dogmatica monster, so most of the time it is Sanctifier. So yeah, very good. They never hit. They just hit the puppet, and it cracks me the hell up every time. But yeah, that's the only thing we're not running is because we haven't bought it yet. Because if I had it, I would run it. Is the lock, right? So the DDD Vice King Requiem or the Edo lock, right? Still very viable. And then also the tribute, right, from 2 extra monster zones and then 2 main monster zones, right, to special summon this back by tributing all 4. Very broken, I think. So for the main stuff, 1 Lubellion, 2 Albion. I tried to live by 1 Albion for so long, dude, but 2 is just the way. It just is. And then Lubellion, you only really need 1 because most of the time you are just like sending this back to the extra deck and then sending the Albaz back to your deck just to make a Mirror Jade or something like that. So most of the time you'll just reuse this again. So that's why you only really need 1. It's a really good recycling tool overall. And then this sets you a branded spell or trap directly from your deck when dumped off Mirror Jade or off the Nadir Servant. So very good overall. Performs very well. So next we have the main great stuff. So 1 Rinbrum, 2 Mirror Jade, and then the best card, Light and Darkness Dragonlord. So this card's super good. It's like the new Apollousa as far as I'm concerned. So good. This is so good. They really outdo themselves with these new rarity sets, dude. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I always like to. You're either on 1 or 2. I like 2 because usually they can like eat through it. And then yeah. Speaking of eating through it, like once you have this, and like especially with the Lubellion, right? Like the Lubellion or the Lubellion Fusion Dragon or the Lubellion monster card in your deck, right? It's a lot easier to get into a Light and Darkness Dragonlord these days. So very good, especially off the Albion. So this is just immaculate. It's just 4 negates, and like anything your opponent has, they just have to eat through it, and it's just great. It's just great. One thing I have tried to do with this is like tried to summon out Despia and Luwaluf, right? Because it gains more attack for all your monsters on the field. So I was thinking if this could maybe gain attack, it would get more negates since, its attack goes down when it negates something. So very good. This is just so immaculate. Best negate, return that card to the hand. Very busted, very broken. And then also the when you have an Albaz, in your graveyard, special summon 1, banish the other, I think. So very good overall. And then this, especially with the Rinbrum, you can use Rinbrum to negate Light and Darkness Dragonlord, save your negate for something else on your opponent's turn, right? Because this is a mandatory chain. this chains to every single thing. But honestly, that's why I think you don't need Puppet as bad, is because of this card is just that powerful. Like, it makes Puppet Lock obsolete. But that's it for the extra deck. I'm going to show you guys cards that you could run if you're feeling up to it. Just interesting, aggressive fusion stuff. So this is for the Dragoon, obviously. So this can act as any card name. It becomes that card name, so it becomes Dark Magician for the most part. Speaking of which, the Dragoon package, very, very good. Very, very good. Try to find the rest of my cards, sorry guys. Yeah, so 3 Red Eyes Fusion, 2 Dragoon. So no complaints with this deck. It's obviously not as powerful, like for example when like Verte Anaconda was around, but still very, very viable. And you are getting the pop 2 effect off this, since you are using 2 normal monsters to special summon it, popping those 2 monsters on your opponent's field, burning them for the damage, and then obviously the discard 1 to negate. It's extremely powerful. I definitely recommend it. So that's the Dragoon package. Super Poly. I know some of you are probably running Branded without Super Poly. I do have them. I just don't like running them, honestly. Let's see here. So we have this isn't like a legitimate extra deck, mind you. This is just generally good stuff. Alright, so all the Dogmaticos. So Ecclesia, Fleur de Lis, Maximus. All very, very good. And to round that off, Albazoa. So all extremely good. All extremely, extremely good. So most of the time, we can get these off Nadir for the most part. And they're just so good. And the reason for the Ecclesias, right, is the, obviously like the Dogmatica stuff, like the Dogmatica rituals. So this is the sending one from your extra deck. So most of the time you are sending like a level 12 monster, for example, from your extra deck in order to summon the Albazoa. And the Albazoa is so incredibly broken because once your opponent's extra deck is like thinned by half, not a lot of decks can deal with that. Most can't. And so that's why it's extremely broken. It's extremely powerful. Really, really funny overall. And all you have to do is just send this to the graveyard off your extra deck. And then if you do just end up discarding this and you don't care, you can just reborn this in the graveyard, like do the ritual reborn effect off this. So very, very good overall. And then while we have the Dogmaticas out, I suppose, and we were just talking about Dragoon, so the Nadir, or not the Nadir, the Duality. And so this is really helpful because a lot of these Dogmaticas you will see are level 8. So very, very good to get us into a Dragoon. It will still have the negate, but not the pop effect. But still very, very good overall, in my opinion. Alright, so next, if you were feeling up to it, the Shadal package. Very limited Shadal package. I'm not a big fan of grass decks, but if you were running something close to that, yeah. So Winda, Apkalone, Construct, and then this is something that you could pair with the Super Poly is the Chorizo. It's extremely good because Xyz link Synchro, right? So it's extremely good to just Super Poly with anything your opponent has, and it's just super funny, hilarious overall. And this is extremely viable with the Nadir Servant because you can send the Apkalone, get the Schism, so very, very good overall. So 2 Mass Change 2 to get us into a Dark Law. Very, very broken, so you discard 1 card, and most of our attributes are dark, right? So you would discard 1 card and special summon a fusion monster a level higher, right? So most of the time you want to realistically do a level 4 monster, get into this, every card they have will be punished, and then the hand rip as well, immaculate, it's just good, it's always good. And then some tech cards if you guys felt up to it. I cannot tell you how many times people have asked me about this card. It's horrible. It's, yeah, Tax Dragon. It's terrible. Yeah, 600. Anytime they breathe, yeah, it's immaculate. It's just so much pressure. You need this sometimes. Like, that's what I mean. Like, Puppet Lock is kind of obsolete because if this and Light and Darkness Dragon Lord is on the field, like, that is hilarious, dude. To see your opponent try to get through that, it's so funny. Let's see here. Yeah, so Star Source Dragon, very good for the Pop 2 effect, and obviously the Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. Right, it's the lights are a little bit more accessible, like the Light Dragon fusion monsters. We want more darks, to be honest, but it still works out. It's still very good. Albalenis. So a lot of times you won't have fusion spells in your hand, so this is very, very good to send off the Mirror Jade or something like that. Send off the Nadir to get you into a, spell trap that's normal, right? It's fusion related. And then also the contact fusion, very, very helpful for when it's on your hand or field, right? Because sometimes the Albaz does like to stick your hand sometimes. So very, very good overall, I think. And then last thing I didn't show was the Brennan White. I wanted to run this, but it just doesn't come up enough for me for it to actually be viable. I would rather just run a second red or something. But I never have enough dragons engraved for this to ever work. Or if, like, I always end up drawing this or bricking on it or something, so I just opted just not to run it all together, and that's why Baldrake is in there too. But let me know what you guys think. Obviously, this is like a test build. I will do like a little bit more in the future, maybe, like when this deck gets more support. But see you guys later.